And welcome to First Outlook as we debut our 3-hour show in high definition in the new studio here. I'm Jeff Morrow.
And I'm Jen Carfagno. Looks good here on this Monday morning. Wake everyone up with some great new graphics and a cool, really cool new set.
It's nice to finally be in here and broadcasting. But along the eastern seaboard, well, we've got some problems out there this morning.
We have fog this morning up into New England, but you know what? We've got another big story we're tracking.
Yeah, this is Tropical Storm Bertha, and you know what? This could be very close to becoming a hurricane. If you look at this satellite picture closely, yeah, that looks like almost an eye or an eye-like feature trying to spin up there, and that could mean that Bertha is at hurricane strength. We'll wait to hear from the Hurricane Center at 5 a.m.
You know, certainly this is a big story, but that's just several days out here, maybe more than a week before we could have any impact. So let's talk more about what's happening today along the eastern seaboard. And we have thunderstorms. We have a few this morning, likely to see more this afternoon. The feature we have in place is this upper level low, little disturbance aloft. That's going to help enhance some of the thunderstorms, especially in the mid-Atlantic. But we are likely to see some scattered showers and thunderstorms pretty much up and down the eastern seaboard. We're going to talk more about who will get rain, who will get the heaviest of rain, and who could stay dry, Jeff.
All right, well, right now, most of the northeast is looking fairly dry, but that could be changing pretty quickly as we head through this afternoon. A lot of moisture now starting to move up the coast once again. We have had some showers and storms, and Jen will take a look at those more closely in a moment down here around Baltimore and well west of the Philadelphia area. Really, the only huge travel problem in the northeast is the dense fog, and there's a dense fog advisory out until 8 a.m. local time for down East Maine from Bangor all the way out to Acadia National Park. Let's get into the New York City area. In New Jersey specifically, let's take a look at the 2-day forecast here for Newark. Some of these light showers that are down around Philly and Baltimore and D.C. could get up here this morning. Most areas should stay dry. I think the bigger threat would probably be as we head through the afternoon, and I have to think that 100 degrees at noon is a mistake, so we'll try to get that fixed for you. Tomorrow, temperatures warming up. Ooh, that would be hot. 87 degrees as we head through later this afternoon in and around the Newark area, or I should say Tuesday afternoon. So let's take a look at current temperature readings. Don't think it's going to warm up that much in New York today. It's 72 currently. It is 70 at Boston. Warm and fairly muggy conditions, a broad southwesterly flow, but it's that same flow that will eventually bring up some of that moisture and help to fuel the showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. Case in point around the Boston area where later today, particularly as we get the strong July heating, we'll get some of those storms popping up with temperatures topping out probably in the mid-80s. Same deal really for most of upstate New York. Southerly to southwesterly wind flow. It's fairly humid here, not like last week when it was nice and cool and dry. That's not the case now. This is typical July weather. Scattering of storms in the afternoon, particularly from upstate New York right down toward the southeast coast. So that's what's going on here in the northeast, Jen. What about in the mid-Atlantic? We've got rain there already this morning.
Yeah, we have one little thunderstorm that is continuing to move north of Baltimore this morning, and then we have some rain in the Outer Banks here. So we have a lot of cloud cover across the mid-Atlantic here, a lot of low clouds more than anything as we take a look at the satellite picture. Where you see the brighter colors on the satellite, that's where we have showers and thunderstorms. In fact, we'll take you into a few spots where we're dealing with rain. Up here north of Baltimore, heading up towards Wilmington, maybe Camden, it's possible we could be getting a shower this morning. This little guy here is moving pretty quickly and continuing to push away from the Townsend area this morning. Further south, though, these thunderstorms seem like they're here to stay for the morning right here on the Outer Banks. We're continuing to see this feed of moisture right offshore. It's very humid out here and really not that great of a beach morning. We've had a few showers this morning around Norfolk, around the Newport News area, Virginia Beach. You can see we're dry at the moment, but that has not been the case all weekend long, and we are going to find more showers and storms developing here today. It was certainly an umbrella evening last night, and we have more of this expected today. Thunderstorms in the forecast for the next couple of days here in Virginia Beach. And around Norfolk, let's show you what's happening here today. We're going to be looking for the chance of thunderstorms this morning, and then yet again into the afternoon. We'll get a break perhaps around a lunchtime hour. Then after that, more thunderstorms moving in. We think that we can end up with a dry day tomorrow. Here's a look at that forecast. Now, temperatures across the region right now starting off in the 70s. Again, it's humid to start here into the mid-Atlantic. We're 76 in D.C. We're 68 in the Charlotte area. Charlotte, we could actually look at some drier air moving on in as we head into the next 2 days. Today might be our last chance of getting some much needed rainfall here. Norfolk, D.C., in between, we're going to be looking for more showers and thunderstorms yet again today. All right, Jeff, let's take folks a little further south this morning.
Yeah, we had some rain in parts of Georgia yesterday. Atlanta got some pretty good rain. Got some more rain again this morning with a lone thunderstorm cell. But I think the disturbance that caused that is now pushing to the east. There's actually a drying trend from Atlanta westbound. There are some of those storms out around the Athens vicinity. So the University of Georgia getting a little wet this morning. Had a big thunderstorm up toward Marietta. That's faded away as it's headed toward the south. As we head into Florida, a few showers and storms near Cedar Key and also down around the Palm Beach area. We've got a few storms moving inland, but those appear to be weakening as well. Earlier rain around Miami appears to have died off. So let's take a look at the current temperature readings across the southeast and see how those are shaping up here in the south. We have basically fairly mild conditions at 71 in Jacksonville, 74 in Orlando, 74 in Birmingham, and Atlanta after that rain moves through. It's kind of muggy outside today. It'll be warming up, but I don't think we're going to get the thunderstorms that we saw over the weekend scattered about. I think it's going to be a drier day in the fact that we're probably not going to see the storms. I'm not saying it's not going to be humid because it will feel humid out there. More scattering of storms across Florida. That's your main area also in the eastern mid-Atlantic, as Jen mentioned. So a little stormy on parts of the East Coast, Jen.
Oh, it is all day long here. Well, let's talk about what's coming up next. Before this day is done, we could have the first hurricane in the Atlantic Basin. Find out where Bertha is now and where it's headed next. Then learn who's at greatest risk for more rough weather in a year that's already set records for severe weather. And find out how long you'll need hats against heat in parts of the Northeast.